Hello everybody, welcome back. We are back with map number 2. We are on Mirage between ATK and Carpe Diem as they try to make their way and survive in the lower bracket of IEM Dallas. And as I say that, Carpe Diem cleaning things up in a relatively easy fashion. Only Walco losing his life on the side of Carpe Diem as they clean up on that B execute in the pistol round.
Well, Carpe Diem, a little bit frustrated from their loss of their own map pick on Inferno, and they get themselves a nice crispy pistol. And ATK, like we said, this is their map pick now, so it's going to be whether this is the tale of everybody taking each other's map picks or something a little bit different. But ATK doesn't get the bomb down. They got no money in the bank, so it might just be a bit of a suicide run, suicide squad, I don't know. But already CLASIA has a great position, and actually the pistols are doing some decent damage, but it's already looking like it's starting to get a little bit unsettling here as well. Jacob, there we go.
They're starting to kind of get things cleaned up. It's the FAMASas being a little bit of a bear to be pulled in, but MP9s will gladly take their place and farm up the cash. Every day, I just see more and more reasons not to buy the FAMAS.
Yeah, you know, I just would rather not. You know, I just really wouldn't. I'd rather have an MP9. I'd rather just have something else. You know, that's the funny thing, right? Like a Galil is, like, in my opinion, I think it's so good for such, like, the price point. The gun's insane. But when you go to CT side, you're like, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Yeah, I just don't want to touch the FAMAS with like a 10-foot pole. You know, it's just okay. Hold on, we'll put that FAMAS hate on pause as we see this Palace aggression working out. FAMAS, in fact, proving us quite wrong as it is able to get a kill. Modem able to trade down in underpass, however. Swisher to try and just walk his way out a ramp here. Tapping away for Walco, but he will take a direct nade for that, and that's 50 HP just lost standing in one position. But they are not able to. Was he good? Did he move his mouse there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I was wondering.
I looked away for half a second and he just.
Hey, looks like he's still just kind of hanging out.
Weird.
It's a little bit too late now, but Chop is able to be in the back sight, finds Modem, so now got some bullets left, and Bowden's still trying to see what he can do, but he's going to get taken out in the corner of the smoke, and there we go, missed him. One that we thought might have been away from the server is now on a task, and that task is right put to end, and now it's a 3-0. Carpe Diem really kicking down the door, and they're starting things off really hot and heavy.
Yeah, and that will be a technical for ATK, so I guess that was Swisher losing something there, because he was stone cold. I was like, there's no way he just takes a nade and just sits there, right? So something's going wrong there. I'm going to go ahead and guess it probably had something to do with maybe internet or something. We'll see if we can get an answer to that in a moment here.
Yeah, but this is, you know, but this pause coming in now too, it's kind of one of those situations where both teams can kind of talk things over, and I don't know, I mean, this could be a chance where, you know, Carpe Diem's momentum could be a little bit compromised, not necessarily, of course, I mean, this is all speculation, but on the other side of ATK, nothing gets more frustrating than one of your teammates when there's like a hardware issue or just something going on, because I mean, that just always creates some kind of, you know, angst, and everybody gets a little irritated, but this is, you know, this could affect on both sides, but, I mean, Wiz does have his op, so some pretty interesting rifles that we got from Carpe Diem, and Walco is going to keep the FAMAS into his hands, too.
I can confirm it is a blue screen for Swisher, so he will be back. He'll be back in a bit, as soon as he can kind of get that figured out.
Nothing worse.
Should be back relatively soon. Hopefully, he's just got to boot up his PC. That depends, you know. Does he have a hard drive? Does he have an SSD? You know, I know he's had his fair share of internet issues over the past couple of months. But hopefully it doesn't take him too long. But ATK, no answer in this opening. He's opening 3 rounds, and Carpe Diem right back to their winning ways, even after kind of losing all of their momentum on Inferno. It just was a bit of a mess trying to recover, and they really couldn't figure out how to do it, and ultimately only getting 3 rounds on their CT side. Like, it's interesting, but it's good to see them pivot and kind of get things started off again.
Yeah, this is actually, you know, even though this is ATK's pick, I mean, again, we can't forget that this is actually a pretty decent map when we look at it here for Carpe Diem as well. So it's not like this is a sure set thing that, you know, we could see a potential 2-0. I mean, there's lots of potential that Carpe Diem can, you know, pretty much bring this thing right back in. And again, like, Mirage is one of those maps where I think it's a little bit more forgiving than others. I mean, I feel like I always talk about this, but it's kind of that, you know, puggy map, the map that's played all the time. People know pretty much every need that they should. But we'll have to see. And I mean, the last time the Carpe Diem were able to play, they actually did take down Pain on this map, and they've been able to do that in pretty dominant fashion on this map alone. And then, I mean, even against ATK on this way back for the Challenger League, I mean, they went into like double or triple overtime. So again, just some bar burner efforts that comes against these two teams.
Yep, and it looks like, yeah, here we go. We'll be getting right back into things. Perfect timing there, Laz. I commend the fill there as we get ourselves back into the action, and we'll see ourselves with Swisher, who is back in the server, which is what you always love to see. Carpe Diem with an opportunity and an undefined player in our radar. Let's see if we can fix that. I don't know if we're gonna be able to fix that.
No, for now they can be undefined. We'll let Jacob just play around with the old buttons.
This is weird. Are they playing with? Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to mess with the HUD in a little bit to see if we can get that fixed up for you. I'm not quite sure if no, Swisher's back in the server, so ignore what you're seeing on the right side. The HUD is just full upset with us, so we'll make that work in a little bit here. But Pistols making their way out on the A bomb site is going pretty well for them so far, and Modem has a perfect flank. Hex does get Bowden through the smoke, but the bomb is going to go down. There's an AWP in the hands of the man of the match, however, so things could get dicey here, depending on how they play around this.
Oh, they need to be careful, though. And now Swisher's able to get himself in a high ground position.
Oh, wow.
Hex is able to find another one. And, oh, man, it's a full sweep. And now Fadey's able to find 1 kill, but he gets taken out. Force is a bit too strong here from Carpe Diem. They're going to get themselves a 4-0, but at least we see ATK. Considering what they had available, they got the bomb down. They were able to, you know, take down some bodies, too. So that's a lot better of an effort that we've seen so far on this second map.
Yep, and it looks like we've got our technical issues rectified. Swisher is now back into things, and he'll be walking into this 0-4, but he does have a full util set, an AK in hand, and we've got ourselves a gun round, people.
Yeah, this is a really important round too, right? I mean, ATK, they're already down 4-0. The last round was probably one of the most competitive, and already now Carpe Diem, man, they are not messing around. Look at this double players pushing in through Palace. They have gained so much control of this, man. They're just going to MacGyver this thing. They're just going to get all the information in the world. And now ATK, the jig is going to be probably up. And CLASIA gets an easy kill. Fadey's down. And ATK now realize they got to start moving.
Wiz wary of these players in apps as well. He and one other. He will have Chop by his side to try and hold on to this B-bomb site. The matter is, when do they want to go for this? Swisher and Bowden just slowly working their way out onto the bomb site. Wiz able to catch the player coming in from mid. Can he pivot for the next one? Not yet. But Chop will take out Modem. Now just trying to get some utility, some sort of opportunity here. They will flash Wiz out here. Lots of damage, but it's not going to prevent him from getting another frag. And Swisher now in a 1 versus, I think that 1 versus 3 was going to say 4, but that bomb's going to go down. No player's catch prevents this plant, but he does have to worry about 2 from behind and 1 market. He can go cat to try and be safe here, but he does not have that information. Nobody's made a footstep yet. 2 kills to his name. It would be an ace clutch. He's not watching for apps, and they are out apps. This is surely going to be a round for Carpe Diem. And it certainly will be as CLASIA is able to work his way towards bench and get that final frag.
Yeah, pretty good effort from Swisher. I mean, all things considered, I mean, again, he was trying to change his position, right? He was just trying to, he was expecting somebody to come up cat. He was going to get that kill, run on there so that he could play, the off angle a little bit. But he's just taking a bit too slow. And like we saw, Carpe Diem, they were able to just pounce their way into this B site again. And man, the goose egg is getting a little bit bigger and bigger. And guns will be back out. And ATK now been able to get the bomb down a few rounds. So this is helping their money situation. But we'll need to see what else they have in store for us, because so far the T side's not looking a little promising. Wiz, a little bit of a quick jog, and now he's back into connector, and it's a full spread. Look at this ATK. They've already pushed into ladder.
So much control. I mean, you can just see, they've made their way up into ladder, and they're slowly working their way here. If they can get con control, this round is going to start to look very over. And Walko is going to get himself Molotov'd out of connector. So there's that connector control we were talking about. HexT has pushed his way out, and he can watch this Palace move. Fadey watching for it, does land one bullet, but that's all he lands, and HexT does get that gets that opening frag. This is going to sow a little bit of confusion in the ranks of ATK. Now Walko going to catch Modem looking the other way, and what was looking very good for ATK at first with all that map control is just going to fall apart. Missed him, can't quite land the remaining few bullets of that spray. And Wiz is going to find Bowden across the map as well, so things have just fallen apart.
Yeah, it's looking so good too. So the bomb finally gets picked up now. Swisher is the one that's going to be carrying it, so utility is still available for double smokes and one flash each player, so the smokes should come in, so Swisher might be able to get himself across into the site. Teammate's going to be close on by, getting ready for the lineups, and Wiz just in the back of the site. That smoke's going to land. Oh, but Wiz, he gets the shot. Swisher now in a bit of a tight spot, rocking a hard place, and there you go. There you have it. Done and dusted, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking so good at first for ATK. They got all that control. They made their way into ladder. They made their way, they even took that con control. ATK, rightfully so, going to take themselves a timeout right now. They had so much map control up through mid, but they just couldn't pivot anywhere to use it. And then they just started individually pushing these angles and found themselves getting shot in the back of the head no matter what direction they turned. So ATK, glad to see that they're taking this timeout before it gets out of control. But this is starting to look like a little bit of a repeat of last map, except the sides are swapped.
Yeah, it really is.
CT
I mean,
to T, not
yeah,
ATK
yeah.
to Carpe.
And I mean, the thing is too, is like you said, it's like getting out of control. I mean, 6-0 is a huge margin. I mean, I know we had that tech issue before too, so I mean, you can count that if you want, but right now ATK, like they've only had what, like 2 out of the 6 rounds that have been quite competitive. Everything else has been Carpe Diem just really having a lot of control of the situation, and they're really just buying a lot for the team and just melting ATK right now.
I mean, ATK has 1 kill per round average right now, so they're clearly something's not working. But Tech 9s and pistols out, I mean, these can do lots of damage, especially when you get into the late parts of those sprays, and the kills do fall across. It is even trades, but the main bomb site's open, and that bomb is picked up. Spray on the Swisher almost lands, is finally able to get it. Now Modem with this AWP, and okay, things were looking really clear for a moment there, but just fast trades, and CLASIA is so fast. And he's able to be a 7th, but ATK are able to get a bomb point, but things happening so fast across that execute, he can kind of barely keep up.
Yeah, and you said it, right? I mean, the pistols, it just seems like that's where the ATK have been thriving. I mean, now again came down to 2 players remaining for Carpe Diem, so they're still, on a pretty dominant force. I mean, but again, they are taking a lot more damage in these situations, but the money's looking so good. I mean, you got 11K sitting on Walko alone, and everybody else is pretty much sitting at like 9 or 6. So it's just like, yeah, money ain't a thing right now if you're Carpe Diem, and this is just looking like a whole new chapter for this team.
I am really liking to see this AWP coming out. I want to see Bowden step up. He needs to be huge, I think, to get ATK back into this game, because that op is just, when he gets going, it's just over. Like, Bowden can shut down this map. And HexT gonna get his head taken off. Surprise I'm really surprised to see that. It just like he was lined up right there and just kind of got CSGO'd a little bit. But first
He
kill,
definitely did.
First kill for first opener rather for ATK is it's a good sign for them. Look at the, okay, CLASIA is pushed all the way through here. He's just eliminated the B site as a possibility, and he has an opportunity. Swisher not ready for the peak. Gonna drop that Molotov, deciding where he wants to put it, and he is gonna remove Fadey from the equation here. Not quite deep enough to prevent him from getting a decent angle here, so CLASIA's gonna be careful if he tries to go for a re-peek. Not going to. That's a huge kill because they're going to have to completely clear that out. That's going to take more time off the clock. Only 30 seconds remaining. And this control is spread all over the place. They're set up to maybe counter some rotations here, but I don't see them getting away with this round as it stands.
Yeah, the time is just ticking. They need to start moving. It's under 20 seconds, and now the execute's coming in and chop. Both him and CLASIA are there, but Wiz is able to find some big kills. Gets the op and now bottom. Oh no! He was trying to be patient, but Wiz, flick of the wrist. Oh man. Oh, you could probably just feel him auto. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get this kill. I'm gonna sneak around him. Yeah, I'm gonna make a big play. And Wiz is like, nah, sorry, dog.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. Wiz is just too strong. Finding himself, was that 3 or 4 in that round? I want to say 3. But that was,
I think it was
beautiful, beautiful stuff. When Wiz turns on, he is just dangerous. Like, I mean, you saw how he was playing on Inferno, and I think he's played in series in the past where, like, when he is playing consistently, he is dangerous. And now CLASIA in a perfect position here. That nade gonna do a ton of damage too, but he isn't gonna spot him out. He's lucky that Walco and Hex just open up and just deny that push onto the A bomb site, and the cat control destroyed as well, and just ATK nowhere to be found. And Hex is gonna hear him running out here, so this is free.
Oh, we might be seeing another timeout, man. I mean, this is a 9-0. I think all the control has been lost here for ATK and Carpe Diem. Man, they're just popping off. I think the frustration from losing their own map pick, I think it's starting to really show here because they are not messing around. And they look way more confident in these fights, right? Like, they're taking map control. They're winning pretty much every duel they go into. They're doing a great job. Like, again, out of the, 9 rounds, there's been about 3 or 4 that were a little bit, dicey with, like, some pistol rushes. But, that's bound to happen. But another save here for ATK, and they might even just go for the old B hit and try to see what they can do. And they even have, I think it's missed them just in the back of spawn, making a bit of a distraction.
Look at that. Walco's walk down mid. Like, they're just, when there's space, they take it. You cannot let Carpe Diem have this space because they will just absolutely destroy you with it. And they're just going to walk into the meat grinder here, and, you get Fadey out in the bomb site, 1 HP, finally getting taken down. Having to switch the pistol, there is 1 kill going the way of ATK, but it's just Swisher left. The Deagle will find another, but that's all it is, and 3 left alive, and 10 rounds for Carpe Diem. How far can this go? Because right now I'm seeing map number 3 looking right ahead of us here.
Yeah, I mean, 10-0. ATK, again, they'll be back in the gun round, so this is, again, a very important round. But even if ATK can pull up this round or the next, I mean, again, the money is just built up here for Carpe Diem. They're almost maxed out. Walco's sitting at 15K. Hex sitting at 13.6. Like, these guys are laughing. They got Conor McGregor money. They're just joking around. And what is going on? Missed him. Changing the pace a little bit.
Yeah, I was just going to come in fast play here coming up from ATK. This is a complete setup change. 3 versus 2. And Chop going to get caught on the end of the smoke, too.
Okay. All right, ATK. They now realize they tie the shoes. They can, get themselves a little bit of a blitz, and they got themselves in a sight. It's a 2v2, and both players now and Carpe Diem are going to push up towards Catwalk. They're going to creep on through. They do have a smoke available with the molly now picked up from Wiz. Going to be able to clear out the corner of Get Right, and shots are going to be made. Oh my goodness, but now Fadey all by himself in the 1v1 now. He's been able to find Hex. Can he be able to bring the first round here for ATK? A much needed round, and he will with a beautiful shot. Nice little 1-2, and we finally get one.
Well, it certainly won't hurt the economy of Carpe Diem, but that certainly does help the morale of ATK. They are able to afford to get Bodenmaster back on the AWP, and so far, we haven't really seen too much from him, but that is one round. They will use another timeout, try to figure out what worked out of that round, what got them, you know, what got them into that, because they're not going to be able to just run up and do that exact play again. So as much as that is a good victory for them to have gotten, they do need to figure out something else, because they can't just hold W to get themselves, you know, into the same positions that they were before, because that is a shock play, and that's only going to work once.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, holding W and hoping that you're going to win a couple more rounds like that is not looking probable, but the timeouts here and a little bit of that pause, and Carpe Diem can kind of reconvene themselves. And again, like we said, money in the board, ain't no thing. Wiz is going to have the op again, and a little bit of a mixed purchase here. Mistim actually going to have the Mac 10 too, so I'm expecting Mistim kind of lead a charge or kind of be the first point of contact, maybe an entry. Sacrificial Lamb, I'm not sure yet. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a Mac 10 in there. Like, see what you can do to make it work. Already nuked down, and Wiz has been so strong on this angle too. He's just been playing the shadow. Walko able to control connector. Wiz, and it's just control everywhere. Modem the only one able to take out Walko, and that will position him on stairs. But look at this op in the corner. They're just jumping back and forth on each other, and it's going to be a double no-scope for Wiz to take Fadey down. Modem trying to find something, but CLASIA too strong. 11 rounds for Carpe Diem, and I just want to highlight that off duel. That was probably the highlight of my day.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. You know you're feeling confident when you're just creeping down the stairs and you're just no-scoping and dancing around with the other person, so... Oh, and the thing too is, like, when you look here for Carpe Diem, I mean, CLASIA alone, like, sitting at 17 kills and Walko right behind with, I mean, 13, so both those guys combined have only gotten taken out, 5 deaths, like 3 and 2, so these guys are just really taking matters in their own hands. And Wiz again, man, he finds this opening, and Modem, like you said, Wiz is just, when he starts to pop off, he pops off.
Yeah, and okay, holding W strategy coming out, and the AK unable to get the first kill, but now Chop's got to be careful from behind, but he's got Wiz holding the flank. Those pistols unable to make it really too far. Bowden finding a gap through middle, and he's got himself an AK to work with. Walko is aware and able to punish here, but the flashbang over his head. Swisher, clean deagle though.
He's got himself an omb, yeah.
1v2 opportunity here. He is going to dodge this grenade, but he has to be careful. Playing around the edge of the smoke, and it's just going to be Chop slightly better on the hand there, and 12 rounds. We're getting close to the half here. Only 1 round for ATK so far. Bodenmaster has 2 kills.
Yeah, I don't know, call it Caster's Curse. I mean, we were talking about Bodenmaster on this map. We're like, yeah, I can't wait. We know what Bowden likes to do. But, and Carpe Diem making more of a statement. They want to push to Vertigo. We want to see the battle of the wits to see who can take it away.
Oh, I want to see Vertigo so bad. That is going to be such an interesting map if we make it there. And it looks like we will, with Walko just sliding out. Excellent flash assist. Fadey does get chopped. Going for 2. B-bomb site suddenly opened up, and Bowden's able to make another frag happen. Does get traded by Wiz, though, but it's a 2 versus 2, and it's going to be a retake. Fadey prepped for this player coming from Cat as well. Actually going under, sorry. But action just double-pronged on both sides of the map, too.
Yeah, and Wiz is making a lot of noise, too, so I think what he's trying to do is distract as much as he can so Hex can be able to creep up a little bit more, but I'm mistaking that bomb time is already about halfway through, and Hex needs to find this kill. I don't think he spotted the barrel, but he's able to find the one, not able to get it. Fadey alone, looking for a quad to get this second round, and the shadow's given away, but it doesn't matter. Nice little fadeaway, and that's going to be the quad, and that's going to be a 12-2 going into the last round of this first half.
Yeah, I mean, you know, these are consolation rounds at this point, but I mean, credit where credit's due. They've been starting to exploit some gaps in Carpe's defense, but you know, you got to wonder how much of that is, oh god, CLASIA is on the auto.
Oh man, that's a BM moment if I've ever seen one. There's nothing more tilting getting taken out.
Okay, I thought Mistim was about to walk into just an absolute, you know, spam, but Yeah, I mean, they're ending the round, or ending the half, just trying to use up this money, I guess. But, you know, it's an auto sniper. Can they find a third round on the side of ATK? That is the question. And actually finding that opening frag onto the B bomb site, and somehow this Mac 10 is winning the duel against this op right now. He is, however, going to have to go up against CLASIA, who does clear him out.
Yeah, but again, it was back to a 4-4, and Volko's just a little bit pushed back with that smoke, and Hex now trying to see what he can do and pushing through the apartments. Making his way. Bowen. Oh, he's not even looking. He's not even looking. Oh, no. Hex should be able to get this kill easy. He does. And now, ATK, they've lost everything. It's just down to Swisher in the new addition. He's got a Galil. He gets himself one, gets himself a second, looking to make it a third, but it will not happen. It's going to be Carpe Diem with a 13-2. We're going to be back after a short break.
Welcome back, everybody. We're in a half number 2 here in Carpe Diem versus ATK. We are on map 2, and Carpe Diem has had one hell of a first half. Their CT side taking 13 rounds. I'm joined by Laz, and we're getting right into the action.
Yeah, make sure to eat those Wheaties, folks, because, man, you can just start to really pop off for Carpe Diem, and right now, they only lose one player, but at least they got themselves that advantage, and there's a nice little cheeky boost, and CLASIA is able to find it. So again, ATK trying to see what they can do and missed him. Ooh, nice little 1-2, looking for a little bit more. And how do you
stuck
like?
in between a rock and a hard place here. One on Cat, one on the bomb site, and Swisher will be the one to drop that bomb. But now the bomb site cleared out. And now Swisher in a 1v2. Bomb is in his possession though.
This is so weird. The bomb's still down, but I mean, they're just kind of spamming. They're not really committing to anything yet. And Swisher, he's playing so exposed, right? But now he's going to fall back. Got himself in a bit better of a position, but he's going to give up that bomb control. But this is at least better that he can check a few more angles and be a bit more safe in this kind of a situation. Oh my god, the shoes are showing! He's fighting this. He's still committing to it in the smoke. They're going to be able to pick this up, and Jacob, they're going.
Yeah, that might have just locked him out of the round right here. Swisher's going to have to just sprint through and land something crazy. CLASIA is in a perfect position to just put it away, and he will. 14 rounds, 2 away from putting this into map number 3, which is Virgo, folks. And ATK, that was a pretty much a must-win round if they were going to find themselves back into this map. They're going to force up, try and see what they can do.
Yeah, the force up, and again, this is where it gets really important because they put all the money in the world. They have to do something. They can't save. You can't just try to win out, go to overtime. So now this is, yeah, they're desperate measures. They have to go for this, and they lose this round. This is pretty much booking that ticket that I think will be going in Vertigo, and already Carpe Diem now going to be able to get a good sweep on a ramp and for a little bit more. Oh God, CLASIA, what is that? Oh, that's just menace.
So good. These guns haven't landed like any damage. HexT is the only one who's taken anything, and it's going to be clean. Not dropping a single player. 4 players not even losing health. and ATK are gonna be on Deagles and maybe an MP9 here or there, going into the final round of this map. And it's kind of looking like we might be seeing ourselves pretty quickly on a Vertigo.
Yeah, like, what do we do a little bit differently? Actually, they will mix up their CT coordination a bit, so they have the one player in the site. They're actually going to put one underpass. So they're going to put a bit more pressure, but Modimo, that molly, man. Oh, he's just going to commit to it. He doesn't care at all, and CLASIA takes down the Deagle, Swisher, and already now you can see they're getting a bit more desperate. They're trying to see what they can do to bring it back, and Modem does get the kill. That's all right, but the bombs drop, but they don't know that.
Oof. Hey, missed him. Getting the first, not quite line up for the second. Chop will trade that back, and now Bowden stuck in a rock in a hard place, and the hard place is what strikes back. Once again, CLASIA, Mac 10 on MP9 action here towards CT. Molotov will prevent any further aggression from Fadey here. 2 versus 3. Bomb site's fairly secure. This is going to be a fading molly at a very awkward time, and it's going to allow them to push in, putting down CLASIA, but HexT puts it away. We're going to map number 3, and we'll see you right after this break.